Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about the Alonzo Hard fork. If you're not familiar with the Alonzo Hard fork, it is for the Cardano ecosystem, and it is going to bring smart contracts to the Cardano ecosystem. It's a very important and big deal for the Cardano ecosystem because it is going to bring it up to speed with other very influential ecosystems like Ethereum, Binance, and Solana. So here's the Cardano roadmap. There's five major eras in the like just the history. So first we have Byron, then Shelley. We're in the Gauguin era right now. Then there's Basho and Voltaire. So Byron was very important because it brought the ADA token to light, or not to light, to the public. Shelley allowed for decentralization, which was in June 2020. We got onto Gauguin, which is smart contracts. It's going to end in September because smart contracts come out in September. Bachelor's for scaling, and that's going to allow for higher speeds of transactions, lower transaction costs. Voltaire is going to be governance, which is going to change the voting and stuff. Bachelor and Voltaire, we don't have a set date right now. So the Gauguin era, there's three hard forks in the Gauguin era. First we had Algera, then Mary, and then Alonzo's coming up. So the Algera, which it required tokens to be locked up in order for participants to take part in the on-chain voting. This made things better for Cardano because it allowed that you had to lock up a certain amount of ADA to start voting on very important stuff. The Mary Hard Fork, which paved the way for NFTs to be used. It made Cardano a multi-chain, multi-currency ledger, which is very important because it allows for people to make their own tokens, which can be used for fungible or non-fungible uses. So NFTs, which is non-fungible tokens, allows for people to make a certain amount, and then fungible, which can lead to different projects being built on Cardano. The Alonzo hard fork is going to allow smart contract functionality, which is what DApps use to make everything. It makes automatic market makers, or AMMs. It's basically on on the Ethereum ecosystem. Uniswap and SushiSwap are used on there, and they use smart contracts to allow for automatic market makers and transaction to go through and all that stuff. So this is going to be a major update for Cardano. So what does Alonzo bring to Cardano? It brings smart contracts, and smart contracts bring DApps. It brings it up to speed with Solana, Binance, Ethereum, and other ecosystems. And what makes Cardano different is that they use peer review instead of community voting. So the peer review system is it's different. It uses what's the word? It uses evidence-based methods, which is it's unique, but it also allows for stuff to be done sometimes quicker and sometimes a lot longer, but it makes things much better because instead of it just saying the community votes and says oh, let's make dApps be released at this time, it says we need other people to review our code. We need people to review that this is going to work, and it makes it a lot more efficient. Charles Hopkins, CEO of IOHK, which is Internet of Hong Kong, and he basically owns Cardano. You can't own Cardano because it's the Cardano Foundation that owns or runs Cardano. So he's basically the CEO of the Cardano Foundation. He says that the peer review system is much better than Ethereum's smart contracts because the Cardano smart contracts are going to be much safer and secure, which is going to be interesting if they are, and what I believe they're going to be. So this is the Alonzo rollout plan right here. Right now we're in the Alonzo purple, which was August, since this is in August. So basically these different Alonzos, Alonzo blue, white, purple, and then red, black, and everything, and then mainnet is important because the Alonzo blue, what basically this means is that they, on different test nets, they do exercises to see if they were going to work out. So Alonzo blue is very basic exercises Then it gets more complicated in white. Right now we're in purple. So there's 500 community members working on exercises, more complex smart contract functionalities. So it gets more complex, more like different. There's 500 now, but I'm pretty sure there's less in blue. So it makes it like harder. It makes the system run more, and it gets more complicated. And it's been successful all the way up to purple right now, so it should be going well, or it's gonna go well. And so there's Plutos, Marlow, and Glow. These are the three, or there's more, but there's the languages that Cardano uses. Plutos is a purpose-built smart contract development language. Marlow is a special purpose language for financial contracts on Cardano, which basically means Marlow is made for the purpose of it being a very easy language for people who don't have coding backgrounds to use to make smart contracts. It also comes with the Marlow Playground, which is basically like a place to make DApps or applications, decentralized applications, for people who don't use or don't have a coding background. It's supposed to make things much easier for people, and which is going to make Cardano a much larger ecosystem, because if you have an easy coding language, that means more people are going to be able to use it. Glow is used for the DevNet for Cardano, which is just something that not a lot of people need to know or care about. DApps is the Cardano node wallet, which means you can stake your Cardano on DApps, and it's going to be getting an update for when they have the hard fork, which is obvious because they're going to need to enable smart contracts. They're changing a little bit, and they're going to update it for the mainnet candidate, which is going to happen soon. So the dates for the hard fork, very very important. September 1st is the hard fork for the testnet. If the testnet goes well, which means if everything's successful, September 12th is going to be the hard fork for the mainnet, and once the mainnet is hard forked, it's going to allow DApps on the it's going to allow smart contracts, which is going to enable DApps, and it's going to be crazy. Charles Hobson said this is the busiest period in the last 90 days have been the busiest period for the Cardano Foundation, which makes sense because this is a major update. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions on this video, just write a comment and I'll respond to it.